All right, welcome to the KnivesFAST channel, and I can see we have a problem right off the bat, which is why I am doing this live stream, and it looks like everything is backwards. So you guys tell me if I'm just seeing it that way or if you guys are seeing it backwards. I just thought I would come on and do a quick test in order to hopefully be able to use this new gear on Monday night. Hey, Jason. First of all, can you guys hear me okay? The webcam looks good, but it looks like it's coming up backwards to me. So you guys tell me if you're seeing it. Oh, you're okay. So I just get to see it backwards. So you see Big Red EDC and you can read that correctly. That's great. Well, I'm not going to go live, but just for a few minutes, I assume you guys are hearing me okay. And you're saying that the camera looks good, so that's great. Okay, JB says it looks good and sound good. So let's say welcome to some people since we're here. Lucas, hello. Penny, hello. Outpost 76, Michael Morgan, Rusty Knife Lover, Jason Brown. Man, the gang is all here. JB's going to jump in the shower because he's been out. He said he was going to work on some flowers and different things. Michael Morgan. Rusty already said hello. And JB says it will look backwards to me. So that's good to know. Thank you very much for letting me know that. So this, I think, you guys can tell me what you think. Looks like it's a whole lot better than doing it from my phone. It looks a whole lot more stable and everything else. And we can just talk about a couple of the knives on the table, and you got dirty boy. Okay, that's not good. But if you got all your flowers planted and all that, that's good. So it's awesome that so much you guys jumped on right away. I'm not gonna go long for a long period of time. That is in case you guys, unless you guys are just having a blast, we'll hang out for a few minutes because it's always fun to talk to you guys. There's Manny and Jacob Vernette. You guys welcome. We're just testing out. I got a brand new Chromebook and a brand new what is this thing? A Logitech webcam, and I just wanted to try it out before Monday night. As you guys know, both of the Monday night streams have kind of been by the seat of my pants and just sort of jumping on there. But after my experience on last Wednesday of JB and I recording basically a month in review together and going for an hour and 20 minutes and then getting no recording out of it, I decided no more by the seat of the pants. Hey, JB, thanks for jumping in, buddy. I'm not going to be here for a whole too long, but check in when you get back just in case. So, yeah, so I just thought I'd jump in and we'll look at a few knives while we're here, and then you guys can tell me what you think of everything. So, showed this guy in the live stream on Monday night. This is the Toor Knives Anaconda. Guys, I have carried this at work 3 times this week as an EDC fixed blade, and I got to tell you, I'm in love. I love the way it carries with this Ulti-Clip. The Ulti-Clip XL is what this one is. It's really stiff, but it's meant for inside the waistband, and it really works well for that. I am very impressed with this one, very, very much so. Dig in this knife. Do you guys carry an EDC fixed blade? I'm curious about that. I know not everybody does, but I often carry an EDC fixed blade. I've carried the Jank Shank quite a bit. Again, that one's also inside the waistband, but it's a more simple loop over clip. And I'm really liking this Ulti-Clip. Now, I will tell you, this thing is not going to budge on your belt. You get this clip on there. By the way, American-made clip, American-made knife, American-made sheath. I'm digging that. So, really, really liking that. So, what are you guys' thoughts? Do you guys once in a while, I hear Rusty saying once in a while, Winchester is in the building. Winchester says he's never tried EDC fixed blade, if I can talk. Tucson has a Mazwan fixed blade. I think I'm going to try it. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. You're not going to know if you like it until you try it. Okay. So Michael says he has one that fits in his front pocket. Michael, okay, with a Kydex sheath. So it's just a Kydex sheath that fits in your pocket. What knife is that, if you don't mind me asking? Just curious. I'm always looking for better options. Oh, 4 ounces, including the sheath. So that's a pretty small one. This guy is, I think I said 4.5 inches as far as the blade. I can't remember the weight right off, but it's not super heavy. I really am liking the texture of this G10. Really, really enjoying it. It's super cool. So Lucas says he wants an Azula. Now I have briefly carried one of those. By the way, you know what's funny? Who was it that said it? Winchester. I've never held a Tucson blade, so I think at some point I've got to fix it because everybody talks about their stuff. Lucas, the Azula is a really cool one. I've had my hands on that a couple of times. I really like the choices from Essie. I like my SE3. I'd show it to you, but it's out in my car. I keep that one in the car most of the time. So there's a couple of fixed blades. I did throw a few folders out here on the, let's see. Jason says, I think the Azula 2 is a great EDC. Yeah, and you can get it, if I'm right, you can get the Azula either in the skeletonized version, sort of like the Jenk Shank here, or you have it with handle scales on it. Is that right? I think so. It's not one I've spent a lot of time. Okay. Michael, I almost missed that there. I'm not going to try to pronounce Schnitzel, I guess. Schnitzel Unu, German design. That is super cool. I'll have to look that up. But that is awesome. So a few of the, let's see what else we got here. Tucson TS80. I can send it. Oh, Jason might send one. We're going to have to talk offline, Jason. I got your email. And yeah, happy Easter to everybody. I haven't even said that. I know a lot of you were on JB's stream earlier in the day, and we kind of had a talk a little bit about what everybody was doing for Easter. I'm just having some time with the family, and we're going to have a nice meal and go to church in the morning, those kinds of things. So a few, while Lefty's here, we're going to show this guy off. Lefty likes sending me knives these days. That's an inside joke. But he sent me this one from White Mountain Knives. And guys, his whole purpose of wanting to get this in his hands is he wants to take it apart and see how it works. So I'm really interested to see what he finds out. Lefty, the big thing I want to know is, and by the way, it's really weird looking at the screen in reverse here and trying to hold this knife, so I'm not going to look. I want to know if it can be de-assisted, Lefty. That's the question of the day. Can it be de-assisted? I love the looks of the knife, Jason. I mean, it is just plain beautiful. Look at that. Aluminum scales, got the blue anodized hardware. I mean, it's a hollow grind on the primary, and the secondary up front there at the tip is flat ground. So it's really, really cool. Oh, the IKBS is caged. Okay. So we may not have any luck with that. But this, I mean, either way, guys, this thing is beautiful. And let me tell you why I'm a little less set against this one is because I can open and close it. I can close it with one hand. So it is very much fidgety. Again, I don't, you guys know we don't need the spring if it's done right. So it's kind of confusing to me, but at the same point, it's fidgety enough because I can get up to it and I can close it with one hand. So let's see. I'm missing a bunch of comments here. It's hard to look at the knife and try not to cut myself and read comments. Okay, so you got a pair of 3. Lucas, is that a lightweight or the G10 model? Yeah, and guys, yeah, check out Lefty's code at White Mountain. Check out my code at Toor Knives. KnivesFAST, all one word. I think a couple of you have already done that, and I really appreciated that you got that 10% off and kind of honored the fact that they've offered that to us. So I think that's really cool. But yeah, check out his. Yeah, that's. Oh, your Evatech does not. That's hilarious. So yeah. Oh, okay. So a knife channel has already tried apparently to de-assist this, and it was not doable. So that stinks. Not good, but anyway, it is a cool knife, and I'm really enjoying it. Now, the second CRKT, now it's been probably 6 or 8 months since I've had my hands on a CRKT, but I've got two in at the same time. This is the Trask, and this is the very first deadbolt knife that I've tried. Now, guys, I'll tell you, I'm having a hard time. Well, there we go. I was able to middle finger flick it. It is stiff. I don't know if it needs to be worn in or if that's something that happens with the deadbolt lock. And then also the same thing. It's definitely not drop shut when you push it. You can push the deadbolt and like fling it shut, which is not like great. But it is definitely, the action on this one is pretty stiff. And it's a shame too, because I absolutely love the ergos on this one. The way it fits in my hand is really, really nice. And it's got that great finger choil for choking up. I am a fan of this. It would be a great work knife. I just don't understand why. And maybe it's just a thing with the deadbolt. I'll read what you guys are saying, but maybe it's just a thing with the deadbolt where it's just not a fidgety knife. It's the first one I've had. So I'm not really sure. For those of you that have had deadbolt knives, I mean, have you had one that's really smooth opening and closing, or yeah, so put some new bearings in the Evitag. Good luck with that one. Hey, David Iverson, and anybody else I've missed, guys. Gino V. I'm trying to see who else I missed here. Yeah, guys, welcome. And just doing a quick spontaneous live here. And while Lefty's here, we'll talk about this one too. Let me close this guy just so I don't cut myself. This is the Kaiser Dukes. I know it's an older design. Lefty sent this one my way. I won his giveaway last week. Okay. Yeah. So the Evitech is not put together really well, it sounds like, based on what Lefty's saying there. So this is the Kaiser Dukes. I have never had one of these in my hand. As a matter of fact, I've only ever handled maybe 2 or 3 Kaiser knives. I'm really digging the way. Again, this one's a great fit in my hand too. And as you guys can see, Lefty actually wondered if this one was assisted out of the box, because it is super snappy, as you can see. Now, it is, I mean, look at that, the fall action. He did put new bearings in it. Tell us what, I think you said these bearings you put in it were out of one of your Vero knives that you changed out, I believe. But anyway, nice smooth bearings. There is this weird, we'll see if I can be quiet enough where you guys can hear this, but there's a weird click that I think has to be the detent. When you fire this guy, let's see if I can be quiet enough where you can hear it here. No, you're probably not going to pick it up, but it's like a click, like a audible click, and it's just really, really strange. So the bearings on this budget-friendly Kaiser Dukes with VG10 steel are out of a Vero Synapse Gen 2. So that's pretty funny. That's the closest I've been so far to holding or owning or anything else a Vero knife, but I may have to remedy that down the road. So yeah, those are kind of what's laying here now. We've got a couple more here. This is I've already shown this a few times. This is the Asher Sphero, guys. As disappointed as I was with the first Nomad I got in, but then very satisfied with the one they sent after the fact. I am extremely happy with this Sphero, guys. This thing is really, really nice. I think I see why some people label it as sort of a bug out killer or a bug out competition. It's in that same size range. Very nice in the hand. Very snappy on that thumb stud deployment. Great. I mean, look at that. It just drops. Really, really nice. Justin really outdid himself on this one, and I am very excited. I'll do my review in the next day or so on this and send it along to the next person, sadly. But really, really loving this guy. Asher knives are too cool. Yeah, I hear you, Lefty. That would be great. We'll talk about it. That is awesome. Yeah, I saw your collection video, guys. If you haven't seen, Lefty and Kyle both did collection videos, and those were super cool. Those guys have some really awesome. I haven't finished Lefty's video quite yet, but I'm about halfway through it. I'll finish the rest later on. Just decided to get this laptop set up and get everything going. So, yeah, if you guys haven't experienced an Asher knife, which Jake from Ohio State says is pretty sweet, yes, it is. I am. Look, it's really basic. It's just a good, simple knife, and I like it for that. It's there's nothing super flashy about it, but things are well done. Like, I mean, it's S35 VN steel. You have a plate, a filler plate back here for the clip. I mean, just and contoured scales, just done really well for a fairly budget friendly. I think it's $75, guys. I mean, just really, really well done. So yeah, this one's going to get a really good review from me. And then I just have knives everywhere. So of course I put my bento box paramilitary 2 out here, or PM2. I know all the Spyderco snobs are going to tell me not to call it paramilitary, just say PM. But that's okay. I just call it whatever I think of at that current moment. But I dig this knife. I still need to get a deep carry clip for it. I'm gonna do that soon. I've said that like 12 times, but every time I look, the one I want isn't in stock. So I will continue to look, but I dig that one. So what else would you guys like to see? I'm only gonna stay live for a few more minutes here. I just wanted to kind of iron this out, and so far it seems like this is going really well. And Monday night we'll actually have a really nice stream, which I am very excited about. Hopefully I can also redo my talk that JB and I had the other day that did not record, and actually record it. So that will be really, really cool. So I am excited. So White Mountain has Lynch clips in stock. All right, I will check that out. I definitely need to remedy that very, very much so, because I love that knife, and that's just not the ideal clip for me. And I do carry that knife quite a bit. When I get a chance to carry my own knives, you guys always hear us talking about have so many knives in for review. It's sometimes hard to carry your own knives, and that can be sad. As a matter of fact, here is my mini old guard. I have not gotten to carry this one nearly as much as I would like. I really love this knife a lot. I finally got JB's full-size old guard sent back to him, and it actually made it there. After being lost for a month coming to me, and then only took a few days to get back to him. So that was awesome. But I am really digging this knife a lot. I may have to splurge and get the full size at some point too, just because give me a complete set. Really, really digging it. All right. So what knives are coming out soon, guys, that you guys are super excited about? I mean, obviously, I have limited funds. I can't just go buy whatever I want at this point. But, at some point, I do get chances to run across a bunch of knives. I have 5 artisan knives that I just recorded reviews for and then sent on to the next person. Very excited to share those with you. Okay, Jason says he clipped his Azula on the back of his belt when he EDC'd it. Okay, that way it didn't hang up. Okay, yeah, no, I mean that makes sense too. And you meant Azula too. I didn't read that because I was like, is there an Azula 3? I didn't know that. So very cool. And you got the Para 3 lightweight, Lucas, because it comes with a deep carry clip. Yeah, here's the thing, guys. I'm actually a big fan of, I hear a lot of people complaining sometimes about the paper clip whoops, I picked up the wrong knife. The paper clip that comes on the lightweights. with Spyderco. I absolutely dig the paperclip clip. I mean, to me, it's a loop over style clip. It's very low profile. I don't need some big giant clip that's going to take up a bunch of my pocket. I just need a clip to hold the thing in my pants and come out and in very easily. So you guys know, I know a lot of you either like the Mannix 2 is either a love it or hate it knife for a lot of people. It's a love it knife for me for sure. I just love the paper clip, and that will never be a detractor for me. The only detractor for me on the Para 3 lightweight is that I can't ever. I don't know if you're going to be able to pick it up since it's black on black. I cannot ever seem to get that blade completely centered. It's pretty close right now, about the closest I've had it. I just struggle with that one. I've never had that problem with the Mannix 2. The Mannix 2 is absolutely perfect in that regard, so that's not a problem. Hey, Winchester, thanks for stopping by, man. Again, this was just something I did. I knew Lefty and Kyle were not doing their stream tonight, so I thought it'd be a good night for me to just jump on here for a few minutes and talk about knives, see what you guys had to say. Jason likes the wire clips, but the lightweight scales remind me of the bucket of knives at the register at the corner store. Yeah, I hear you, and a lot of people feel that way. Now, here's the thing, Jason. Let's have this conversation. Let me move a couple knives here, since I have like 800 knives on the table. So I have both a G10 model of the Mannix 2 and a lightweight version. Now, here's the thing. I like them both, so I've never made myself choose which one I like better. But I think it's an interesting conversation to have. You aren't wrong. When you're holding this one in a work setting, it does feel funny. Okay, I guess the word would be. But I think what I would tell you is that the Mannix 2 goes with me many times when I'm going to be out working and I need a heavy duty work knife. Okay. The G10 version is the one I carry. If I'm just EDC carrying a knife and I might need to cut a couple boxes, or then the lightweight goes with me. But I've heard a lot of people take these camping and do everything else with them. So it's interesting to me. I guess it doesn't put me off quite as badly. Now, I will say this. I did have a Delica, and I sold it within about a month. Now, I know a Delica is an extremely popular knife, and I know a lot of people are going to go, "You did what?" I didn't like it because the difference in this one and a Delica is the blade on this Mannix 2 is a little bit heavier and a little bit thicker, and it doesn't feel as much like a toy. A Delica to me just feels like a toy in my hand. So I think it's kind of a personal preference thing. So yeah, I mean, it's obviously a personal preference. So let's see. Lefty says lightweight Para 3 has only one washer, and it says certainly will be basically never dead on. Oh, great. Yeah, I don't completely understand. I mean, I have tried to center it. I mean, that makes perfect sense. And you can actually see what you're talking about there. Yeah, but it's a great knife. It's a great EDC knife, but the problem is for me is I just want it to be centered, and it does rub every once in a while, and I have to adjust it. Yeah, okay. So Lucas says to him the ergos cancel out the plasticky, and I agree. And again, I have both sitting here, and I will say this to me is probably the more comfortable knife, and it's because you add that lightweight element into it, and there's just nothing to stop you from just being super comfortable. This one, because of the liners and it being heavier, again, it's great for work, but it is definitely a different feel in your hand. So I hear where you're coming at there. Hey, Gino, thank you for that. Guys, hit the like button, even though this is just one of these crazy spur of the moment things, but I appreciate it. Jason, I think my biggest thing is that I'm not super concerned about knife weight. I don't want to carry a boat anchor. Yeah, okay. I don't disagree. And again, it depends on what I'm using the knife for. So here's my thing with this one. If I'm carrying this guy in a pair of shorts, it's not going to bother me whatsoever. But if I'm carrying this guy in a pair of shorts, it is. But if I'm going to work and I'm in work pants and whatever, then I'm with you. I could carry. I've EDC carried my CRKT Buku, which is 8 ounces. So and to be honest with you, this week, for example, I know I had the Lanny in one pocket, and at the bottom of that same pocket, I had my buckshot bone Barlow, and then this guy clipped to my waist, the Anaconda. So I'm not super worried about having a bunch of weight either. It just depends on what I'm doing at the time. And this guy is a great knife for when you just want to slip one in your pocket and you don't want to worry about, it being heavy in a pair of shorts or whatever, if that makes any sense. Yeah, Lucas, congratulations. I've heard so many people say their pair 3 lightweight is not centered. So that's pretty awesome that you've got one. So David, I'm going to have to look that one up, the Alara. I'm not familiar with that one. I'm going to have to look it up. Here's the thing. I haven't done my collection video yet because I think I'm going to do mine different. My collection is not nearly as impressive as a lot of people's collections are. I do have a lot volume of knives, but I don't have a lot of high-end knives. There's been 4 of my knives that have been out with other reviewers. Probably all of my highest of high-end knives have been out with other reviewers for about almost 2 months. And they just finished with the last guy and they're on their way here. So I'll probably do mine in sections. I'm probably going to do like thumb stud deployment knives and one, like, here's all my thumb stud deployment knives. Here's all my thumb hole knives. Here's all my flipper knives. I'm probably going to do a collection broken down that way. Here's all my traditionals. Here are all my fixed blades. I'm probably going to do several videos rather than one big long one that isn't nearly as impressive as some people's collections are. Now, I have impressive knives in my collection. Like, I always like to show off my Mike Draper folder because it's just stunning to look at. I mean, I'll be honest, and I've said this on a video before, I do not carry this guy. Yeah, I mean, Lefty, I'm not really worried about time. I just don't think my collection is as impressive. I think it wouldn't hold people's attention, but if I break it down and maybe do the really high end ones at the top of each one and briefly show the rest, that's kind of what I'm thinking. But this guy, to me, is just incredibly beautiful. But again, I don't carry it, and I'll tell you why. In the pocket, it's not one you can easily flick out, but I have had this guy open in my pocket twice, and you can see it is a extremely thin and slicey knife, and it cut my leg badly, sliced through my pants, my underwear, and my leg a couple of times. And so I don't carry it, but it is a great collection knife. It's probably better that I don't carry it, just to have it hold up for a period of time. But this guy, to me, is just beautiful. Okay, so Lefty, this is the Mike Draper folder. It is all titanium, and as a matter of fact, it is integral. No, it is not. It's integral on one side, but it's got this just great, almost like skateboard tape texture back here in this blue spider web pattern. It is a liner lock without very good access to the liner. As you can see there, it is very hard to get your finger in there and actuate that. So you kind of almost have to do it. Yeah, you have to help it. But it's just gorgeous, and it was given to me as a gift. It will never leave my collection. It is really, really cool, fancy pants model. It was given to me as a gift, man. I left a job after working the same job for 26 years, and they gave this to me. So yeah, it'll always mean a lot to me, and it's really, really awesome. Jason, my collection is pretty minimal to most. The majority of my collection was won in a raffle. Used to have a big collection about 20 years ago, but it was stolen. Oh no. Did you lose anything good? I'm sure you did. That's not good. David, I didn't see which one you were talking about there, but yeah, so that's a really cool knife, and I do have, again, a lot of my favorite higher end knives are out. Okay, Lefty, since I said that, I guess I got to show this one too. Hold on. So this is my Giant Mouse GM2. So again, another higher end one here. Great looking texture to that carbon fiber. Liner lock, can spidey flick it, middle finger flick it, whatever you call it, reverse flick, whatever you want to call it. Digging this one as well. Have liked that. I actually won that one. So I have two really high end knives, one of which I won, and the other was given to me as a gift. So there you go. Because I'm a tightwad, and that's just the way it is. But I've started to open up and buy a few more higher end knives recently. For example, like I showed the old guard here, and I have a few more that are out there right now with other folks as well. So yeah, very excited to be building up a little bit more of a strong collection. So let's see. Yeah, I got Lefty laughing. I'm sorry, man. But all right, well, maybe I'll do the whole thing. Look, Ethan joined us, guys, and Nebby Cloud. So Nebby Cloud, I noticed, man, that you jumped on the stream when I did the first one. So I was going to do this the first time around about 5 minutes earlier, and it didn't work. So I had to close that stream and start a new one. So thanks for coming back around and checking this out. So yeah, I think unless you guys have any questions or anything, I think I'm going to wrap it up. And we'll do more of this on Monday night in my stream, guys. I really appreciate everybody coming along and checking this out. And I'm assuming everybody's hearing me good, seeing everything good, no problems whatsoever. And so in that case, I'll call this a successful stream. If anybody's doesn't hear it well or see it well, let me know. Wait, well, John, since you just got here, I guess I can hang on for a few minutes. Let's see if there's anything else. I know I've shown all of my Finch knives 100 times, so let's see what else I can grab out of here. Now, I know Jason Brown loves his budget knives, and I love to show this guy off. This is the Rake P105Q. Guys, you want to talk about the definition of budget with great action. I mean, this thing is unbelievable. Snaps out there, closes really well. Nice, big, beautiful blade. Just really dig this one. It spoke to me because I love blue. And when I saw this one at Smoky Mountain Knife Works, I knew I was going to get it. Got this probably 2 years ago and have really enjoyed having that one a lot. Let's see what else I can grab here. So this is another one that's really cool, and I don't think gets enough. I'm gonna close a couple here. I don't think gets enough positive feedback or got took off very well. But this is the Jaros folder from K-Bar. And guys, if you want to talk about a beefy, I mean, it's not a fixed blade, but it very much could be the way you use it. I mean, it's not. I mean, the action is not amazing. It's definitely going to come out of there, and it's not a drop shot. But I just love this knife for a work knife. It is heavy and beefy. Again, you know I like the light ones too, but this guy is just a great EDC work knife. I think this one is cool, and I've never. Whoops, sorry about that. I've never thought this knife got enough publicity, if you would, or enough hype. I think they sold quite well, but at the same point, I just think it's not nearly as beloved as it should be. I mean, a lot of people talk about some of the heavy cold steel knives with a big honking blade. I'd take this guy any day of the week over some of those. This is, I want to say, probably 7 ounces or something like that. It's a big beefy knife with a big beefy handle in G10, and yeah, Jason, it's a good looking one. And again, this is another one that I think I cannot remember how much it costs, but it's in a budget range. I'm pretty sure. Who knows if they're even available yet? And you can't hear me, John. What do you mean you can't hear me? Are you being serious or are you messing with me? Don't mess with me. Yeah, it is a great work knife. And again, good access to the lock bar. The lockup is tremendous, great and centered. And by the way, the one thing I will say negative about this knife is this right here. It has this goofy proprietary pivot. And I don't even know how, if you had to adjust it, how you would. But it is tip up, tip down, but only right-handed. Sorry, lefty. And but again, you got this strange pivot here that I'm not. I mean, again, I guess you could rig up something and work on it. Goodbye, Lucas. Thanks for coming by. Yeah, you like that? What a guy. Someone shows up and keeps the stream going. I'll keep it going for a couple minutes. I don't want to dump out on John. Yeah, that's good, John. You wanted me to troubleshoot it. I like that. But yeah, it's a great knife. Like I said, it's one of those that doesn't get enough credit. And if you haven't ever checked one out, you should. Because and I'm not getting paid by K-Bar or anything, so uh, I'm not. But yeah, it's just one of those knives that I just have always felt doesn't get enough press. And then here's an older WE knife. So we're kind of doing a little bit of a collection video right now. This is the WE Ignition. This is one. I think this knife was only like 120 or something like that when it came out. I actually tried to sell this a while back and didn't end up coming to a deal with the guy. But I'm kind of glad I hung on to it. I love that blue, really nice pocket clip. Snappy little guy. It is a little tight on the detent, but when it breaks, it breaks. It is super, super nice. So that's kind of, like I said, I've got 4 really nice knives coming back very soon. And when those come back, you guys can expect to see some of those compartmentalized, if you will, collection videos. So that's kind of, I'm really glad. Oh, by the way, there's always one more knife to talk about. And by the way, this box back here, covered in stickers, is actually full of fixed blades. That's kind of the cruddy way I store my fixed blades. And I need to find a better way to do that with a lot of my fixed blades. But you guys have seen me talk about this one. I have so many knives that have come in. This is the Glock 81 fixed blade. That's actually a bayonet style knife. I took it out one day recently, and I posted. Where did I post it? On Instagram. A couple of videos that I did on this. I hacked at a tree. I did some feather sticking. I'm going to be doing a review on this one probably this week. I'll probably take it outside and on the review video do some feather sticking and maybe chopping a couple pieces of wood and things like that. But up front, I'm just going to tell you guys, hey, thanks, John. It's a whole lot better than the silly phone, man. This is, like I said, a new laptop and a new Logitech webcam, so I'm very happy. But this guy, I'm telling you guys, I've held K-bars, and this is not a K-bar. It is too thin to be a rival to a K-bar, but this is a good knife. I don't know that I'd want to send it to the shredder and have him pound it up against a log or not. But it's sharp and slicey. Really, you can see a little bit of sawdust in the saw blade on the back. That's really only good for maybe cutting a notch in something if you want to put a notch. It's not going to cut through a limb. I tried it. Trust me, it doesn't. But I'll come back to that, Jason. Give me just a second. But I really am digging this. A guy from work brought it to me, and unfortunately, I've had it for way too long. I need to get it reviewed this week and get it back to him. I feel bad for the poor guy. He actually has, I think, 2 of these, so he still has one. But I still feel bad. I need to get it back to him and let him have his knife back. But I'm actually enjoying it. And then it's in the sheath. It just clips in there, guys. It is not going anywhere. It is just a really well done sheath by Glock. We'll be reviewing that one very, very soon. Very excited. So real quick, Jason said that this guy, it looks like the clip would be a hot spot. So yeah, it sticks up. Well, you know what's funny, Jason? That's because the screw's not tight. The clip's moving a little bit. Clip should be right about there. So let's try it in the hand. Yeah, I mean, you feel it for sure. It sticks up right here at this point. It sticks up pretty high. You can feel it there, but not. I would not call it a hot spot for me. It's definitely there, and I definitely need to tighten those screws. That is another kind of strange thing. Is it's 2 screws back to back like that, so it does tend to walk a little bit. By the way, this is patterned after a Jesse Jarrah's folder that he does custom, and then they just took and turned it into a K-bar knife. So hey, there's JB back right when I'm about to to wrap it up. I've been trying to shut it down for a little while now, but everybody's having fun, JB. I'm assuming everybody hears everything good, and we're gonna move on. I don't know that I have any other knives to really talk about right now. I will tell you on Monday night, I do plan to have a giveaway in the stream. It may be another knife that Jason Brown sent my way, or it may be something else here. I haven't decided quite yet. Hey, you know what I should do? This will tell us if Lefty is still here or not. I should. Lefty accidentally a knife he ordered accidentally got sent to me. I think maybe I should just give that one away Monday night on my live instead of sending it back to Lefty. I'm kidding. So yeah, he had sent me this the Lanny guys, and unfortunately a knife he ordered for himself got sent here on accident. So I've been picking on him a little bit about it. But JB, I hope you had a good day in the yard there. And thanks to everybody who has joined on this. This is a lot of fun. Again, I planned on going for about 15 minutes. We're coming up on about 40, 42 minutes, 43. So I think I'm going to probably wrap it up in a minute unless anybody's got any more questions. I'll leave it going. If there are any questions about any other knives, I would be glad to try to pull anything I've got out on the table. Again, I just sent back the artisan knives. They're on their way to my friend JB there, so he can check them out. And I really appreciate everybody doing this. Yeah, Lefty hasn't popped in again, so he must have left. But yeah, I should give away. I think it's, well, I better not say what it is because I think he has it planned for one of his giveaways coming up. So I'm not going to say what it is, but it's a really nice knife. And I think he's going to give it away on a giveaway. So I better turn it around. He already has a label ready for it. All I got to do is print the label and take it by a post office. So we'll take care of him for sure. So yeah, everybody have a great Easter and a great night. And thanks so much for stopping by, guys. And I can't even begin to describe the amount of happiness it brings me, the support that you guys give me all the time when I do these and any of my videos. I've had a ton of reviews posts this week, kind of getting caught up. And you guys have been great watching those and commenting. And I have quite a few comments I've got to catch up on, actually, because I'm a little behind. But I want to thank all of you so much. This was so much fun. And thanks for helping me shake down my gear. And we will check you later. And thanks for watching. the KnivesFAST channel.